got a good deal on these aftermarket wheels and tires. They're cheaper to buy a set of 4 mounted on the rims than just tires alone. So I went that route, but my bolt pattern's different, so we're going to need some wheel spacers. So the first thing, measure that stud length and go with it. So it's 830 thousandths. Luckily on these wheels, they're offset in the casting, so you got a little room to play with. So I'm going to use 1/2 inch plate because that just gets my stack up right. And on this 90s four-wheeler, I'm not real worried about width. The extra inch isn't going to hurt anything. So the hardest part of this is calculating all the math for where your holes go. So you'll take your 360 degrees divided by your number of studs or wheel hole. So for this example, we'll do 5 on 5 like a Chevy. 360 over 5 gets you a 72 degree angle between them. A 5 inch diameter will give us a 2.5 inch radius on the circle. So with that, we'll set up our triangle. So 2.5 inch, 2.5 inch to the next hole. We know 72, and then a triangle's 180 internal angles. So 180 minus 72 divided by 2 is 54 on both of those angles. And then that gives us a 2.939 inch hypotenuse. And then if you need to know how to calculate that, if you're watching this, you can probably just use a calculator online for triangles, but we'll take you through it anyway. So we've got angle A, angle B, side B, and C and C. This is geometry, pretty simple. So we know angle A is 72 degrees, and we need to know what side A is. And then B and C are both 54 degrees and 2.5 inch on the side length. So using the law of sines, we know sine of 72 over A is equal to the sine of 54 degrees over our 2.5 inches. So if we calculate that, it's 0.951 over A equals 0.809 over 2.5. So then that gives us the 0.951 over A equals 0.324. So then you know 0.951 divided by 0.324 will give us A in inches, and that is 2.939. So then you'll set your radius, draw a circle, and then we'll take this hypotenuse number, set your compass to that angle, and then go off your edge and describe your line. Then go to the next one, go all the way around. Then if you're doing a traditional wheel spacer, you'll just set your compass at halfway between, and go mark these. If you're doing an adapter with 2 different sizes, you'll just come through, do the same trig process, and then lay out your other set of holes. And then you can center punch them on a plate and run them through a drill press. Or I did mine on the mill just because I had them stacked up and that was easier to do. This is just a simple countersink tool. Cleans up your edges, deburrs them, makes them nice. I'll include a link in the description for it if you need one. 1/2" drill bit to counter bore for the lug nuts so they don't stick out past the studs, and then the diameter is big enough to give the socket clearance to tighten them down.